Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the new Eternia figure, Evil-Lyn. Now I'm really excited about this figure. I was waiting for her to come out for a while. Evil-Lyn has always been one of my favorite evil women. I always thought she had a really cool personality. In the original cartoon, she was the only one other than Skeletor on the team that actually had any sense. And she was just an overall cool villain, and I really liked her as a character. So I've been loving this new Eternia line, so I'm really interested to see what they do with this figure. So with that being said, first off, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. You're very much appreciated. And for anybody who does like this video and you haven't subscribed yet, I ask that you please subscribe and also check out my Masters of the Universe playlist. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. Okay, so here she is in packaging. I do like the packaging for her. First off, you have this nice open window so you can see her and her accessory. I move this glare a little bit. Now you get this really nice picture of her. I like that. That looks really neat. You got one of the Skeletons over here. Her name, New Eternia. All right, you got the Mattel logo here. Your age restriction. Your 30 points of articulation. All right. And then you also have your Masterverse. Spinning around to this side, it's a continuation of the front picture. So you got two more Skeletons here. Panther. All right. Now this is interesting. Okay. So normally they have like some sort of wild, cool piece of art. But instead, they decided to have a picture of the figure, which isn't too bad of an idea. I'm not sure how hip I am to that, just because I'm used to the really cool artwork and stuff that they have. So, you know, it is what it is. So you get this nice picture of her here and her cape. You get a profile picture, a little bit about her, and everybody that's part of this line. Spinning around here. There we go. You get a nice headshot of her. And then you get this her with her wand doing a pose. Right. And then underneath you got illegal. Now, I hate to say this, but other than the front art, I'm not too impressed with the art on this one, which is kind of sad because I usually love the Masterverse or any of the Master of the Universe figures like artwork. So this looks really cool. I wish they would have did something really cool with the back as well. But with that being said, let's open her up and see what she's about. So here she is out of packaging. I love the overall look to her. I think she looks great. First off, starting with this head sculpt. I love this head sculpt. I like the blue on purple, like it's that metallic blue. That looks really nice. I do like the detail to it. Same with her facial expression. I love the overall look to her face. And then you come down here to her armament. You have more of that gloss blue around her breasts and the opening to her outfit, and then down into her belly. And I really like that design. That looks really cool. Same with like the skulls going to either side. And even this front piece, you have some sort of like Celtic style art or whatever on it. So they put some really nice work into this figure. And you spin it around this way. Not much going on this side. So you have, armband here in that metallic blue. And you got her wrist guards. I feel like they could have did a little bit more with the wrist guards. Seeing how much attention to detail they've done to her. But overall, it still looks good. Bring her around to the back. All right. You got this cape that is cloth. I always like a cloth cape. I always think it looks nicer myself. Lift up the cape. You have the continuation of her belt. You have more of this Celtic style art on her back side. So that's pretty cool. All right. Come around to this side. Pretty much just the same as the other side. And now back around to the front. So now let's start going through her points of articulation. So the head does move. All right. Got a shoulder joint with a swivel. got an elbow joint, and you have a wrist joint. All right, the arm up. You have a joint right here underneath the breasts. It's a little bit tight, but it is there. All right. You have a hip joint. All right. Spin her around this way. You have a thigh joint, a swivel, all right, a knee joint. And this knee joint's a little tight, but it does move. You have a swivel at the top of the boot and an ankle joint. All right. So everything seems to work pretty well on her. I don't have any issues with her points of articulation. So now let's take a look at her accessories. So first off, she has her iconic crystal ball staff. All right. You have that. She comes with a couple of different hands. So she has two open. So you have this. Now here's another piece of detail that's really nice. I like how they actually painted in her fingernails. I think that's a nice touch to her. All right. So you have that one. And this one. Two closed fists. You got this one. And you have this one. All right. And then last but not least, she does come with an extension for her staff. So that's pretty cool. So now let's start looking at some of this stuff. So first off, let's look at her with her staff in her hand without the extension. Should fit pretty easily. I don't think there's going to be any issues. A lot of these figures, they make the fingers pretty pliable. All right. Oh, actually, her hands feel pretty tight. Okay. Ooh. That is going to be a little bit of a problem. Trying to get those fingers open. They will budge a little bit. Not a lot of room for play. That around that thumb. There it goes. All right. Gotta. Oh man, that thumb isn't bent in a good position at all. There it goes. All right. So a little bit of working. Get her staff in her hand. No issues. All right. We're going to just pop this extension on just like this. All right. And now if you want to have her hold it with two hands, that might be a little bit of a fight as well. All right. We're going to do it like this. We're going to take this off. All right. Take this, try to work it around that thumb. There it goes. All right. So now do that like that. And there you go. Now she can hold it with two hands without any issues. All right. Oops. So now let's look at some of her alternate hands. So get that out of there, no issues. And then this one. All right. Get these open hands in there. 1, 2. All right. So the open hands work fine, no issues. And now the two closed hands. We got 1. Maybe. There it goes. Right on in. And then 2. All right. So those work just as fine. So all the hands swap out pretty easily. They're a little bit hard to get in there. You may want to use heat. That's up to you. But I was able to get them in. So my final thoughts is I do like this figure. I think she's really cool looking. I love all the attention to detail to her. Overall, she looks really cool. Uh, all her joints move very well. No issues with that. Her hand swapped out really good. Her weapon, there's a little bit of working it into the hands. You may want to use a little bit of hot water, but for the most part, it went in fine. I like it. I like how the crystal ball has like that shiny glass look to it. I think that's a neat detail as well. Now, I really have been noticing lately that this line, the new Eternia line, has really been favoring the bad guys a lot because they're coming out with all the firsts. So you had, Skeletor had his throne first. Panther just recently came out, which was a really cool figure. You got to check that video out. And now they get the first woman. Now you would think that Tila would be the first, but no, they're doing Evil-Lyn first. So I don't got no problems with that. I think she's a great figure, but I just, really notice how the villain Skeletor's team is getting most of your first. So that's pretty interesting because usually with most lines, it's the heroes that get the first, not the villains. So with that being said, yes, I would recommend this figure to go with the rest of your collection. So, with that being said, um, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So, until the next one, late.